Good evening. Thanks for listening. You are involved with us with 411 Sports World podcast discussing NFL. Let's talk. Let's talk. The whole purpose is to become more reliable and make sure we're responding in a timely manner with all of your sports world knowledge, featuring your sports world hosts. Let's talk about them. Lacy Dawson.
Yay!
A walking world of knowledge. Hello, Lacy.
Hello.
And the other panel expert, that is. I'm sorry. I'm excited.
Well, we exported him. Don't worry about it.
The calculator. We're also speaking with Zack, Mr. 411. Again, set your dial to 411 Sports World podcast and rip off the knob. Anything else is just a lot of noise.
All right. Welcome to the show, everyone.
I love it.
Welcome to the show. 411 Sports World, the NFL Wednesday edition.
Uh-huh.
It's time to get down to business.
Yeah.
Week number 2 was very interesting. They called it Upset Sunday. There was a lot of games that were topsy-turvy, but we're going to cover some of the main ones over the weekend. And this is your time, Lacy. It's your time to bask in the sun.
Uh-huh. Yes, it is.
Your New York Jets.
I know where you're going with that.
Your New York Jets.
Yeah.
Proved all of us wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I will eat crow. The Jets over Indy. Tell us about it.
This is just a beautiful thing. I couldn't be happier with the start of the season for the Jets, and I won't gloat because, I understand that, I may not always be on top like this, but I am going to enjoy this moment. Go Jets.
Well, you was a pretty good sport with that.
Yeah. We got more work to do. It's too early to go there. So.
Well, yeah. I mean, so you sound like you sound like a team that is used to winning. So, I
so
like
Lacy Dawson, I got a question for you. Do you like Fitzpatrick to stay at quarterback?
Don't ask me stupid questions like that. I said, and I went on the record when that guy punched Gino out, that he had done us a favor.
Yeah, and somebody else,
when
he recovers, somebody else might go and punch him out. He can stay on the sideline.
I'll do it myself. I will do it myself.
He's just going to drive up to the Jets facility and punch Gino out.
I don't know who she is, but Lacy will do it for free.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Yes. No. This is the kind of season we've been hoping to have for years. And I told you at the time that Fitzgerald was a much better quarterback for the Jets, and he's proven that.
Yes, he is. I mean, he plays turnover free and he throws to Brandon Marshall. So, that's a good recipe for success.
That is an excellent recipe for success. So I'm happy.
Yeah, Brandon Marshall had over 100 yards receiving, a touchdown.
Yeah.
So that's very, very efficient game. Fitzpatrick threw for 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And, man, the defense, my goodness. I mean, it was unlucky for Andrew Luck on Monday night.
Oh, no, where's my tequila shot?
Yeah, he was under tons of duress. So, man, all those turnovers, costly. But, hey, those turnovers were caused by the Jets defense. It wasn't because of Luck. So, got to give the Jets their due.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 20-7 victory, and they closed out the weekend with a great win.
Yeah, beautiful.
As we work backwards, to the Sunday night game. Green Bay defeated Seattle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I know Lacy and I are not happy about that, but let's get Zack's thoughts on this matchup. That matchup over the past weekend. How do you think Aaron Rodgers and crew did?
They did what they were supposed to do. they had Seattle at home. Seattle's in a little disarray, and Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback on the planet. They won a game that they needed to win, and they're on their way to hopefully securing the number one seed in the NFC so they can have a chance to go to the Super Bowl. But if they'd have lost that game, it would have been devastating.
Yeah.
Instead, that terrorist, Cam Chancellor, decided to come down. And luckily, luckily Seattle didn't give him the money that he thought he was going to get. So, good win for Green Bay. I expected that from Aaron Rodgers, and he did it. No surprise.
Yeah. All right. Well, what about you, Calculator?
I was impressed with the resilience that Green Bay showed in the fact that early on, Eddie Lacy getting hurt, they were able to just basically put James Starks in there. And right. James Starks got the job done, and it goes back to Zack's point of how good Aaron Rodgers is. You have to pay so much attention to Aaron Rodgers, they could put Zack back there, and Zack's going to get, 97 yards on 20 carries, because they got to cover.
Maybe not that many, but
yeah.
But then, Zack.
Yeah. Well, he's never been modest before.
Backyard football.
Yeah, but the point is there, that they can put pretty much a viable person back there, and Aaron Rodgers is going to keep people honest enough to where they can get some semblance of a running game to, and then of course when the people try to stop that, then that's when Aaron Rodgers can start picking you apart again. So very impressed with, and also impressed with the Green Bay defense. Pretty much if it weren't for the third quarter, they pretty much shut Seattle out, the other three quarters. I mean, they played phenomenal, disciplined defense. Russell Wilson wasn't able to, get the big scrambles. They didn't let Jimmy Graham didn't hurt them at all. And, they basically said, if you can beat us with Doug Baldwin, go ahead. Well, they tried their best to beat him with Doug Baldwin, and it didn't happen. So it was a great game plan all around. Green Bay basically needed that win, and now they are in the driver's seat for the number one seed in the NFC. So they did the job that they had to do.
Right. In the driver's seat, that's key.
Yep.
It's important to start off. I mean, a 2-0 start, especially and we'll touch on it later, but with a lot of teams 0-2 at this point, that was huge, and it was a divisional win too in the National Football Conference. So they needed that key win, 27-17, Packers over Seattle. I was also impressed with the way they were able to keep that thing moving, even with Lacy with the ankle injury. I'm sure they're going to keep tabs on that, and we hope the best for Lacy. But if he doesn't, if they sit him for a week, I'm sure Starks will continue to rush well for them. The game before that, the 4:00 game, Dallas Cowboys at at the Philadelphia Eagles.
That was brutal.
That was I hated watching that game. That was just slow.
Yeah,
was
Cowboys
bad.
Cowboys 20, Eagles 10, and
it wasn't that close. No.
Yeah, this was a shock. Calculator.
Yes.
What did you see that caught your eye in this particular match?
I saw a Chip Kelly offense not operating the way it's supposed to operate. They cannot get if they don't get that first down, they're shut down. They don't go their fast pace. It's almost like if you do the basketball analogy, how Rick Pitino, he would only start the full court press after he scored a couple baskets. Well, Chip Kelly is the same way. The thing is, they can't get that first down. I mean, DeMarco Murray's rushing the ball and getting hit behind the backfield. Sam Bradford is trying read option, and he just is not fast enough to outrun these guys to the edge. And Jordan Matthews keeps dropping passes early on, and that just gets them out of rhythm. And then what that does is that gets your defense, Philadelphia's defense, on the field, And what's going to happen when they're on the field all that time, they're going to get tired. So they can start out gangbusters, but then, you're just going to get tired and wear down. And then you're going against an offensive line like Dallas. They're just going to get a push up the middle, and they're going to get whatever guy they got on the sideline running the ball and just let him in there and then throw a little slant Patterson, Cole Beasley all day long. Dallas should not have won that game without Des Bryant on the field. But Philadelphia let them win. Their offense looks in disarray. And they're going to have to try and find a way to either change the personnel to fit the personnel they got now, or they're going to have to get new guys in there to fit the personnel, or to do the plays they want to run. So so Chip Kelly's got something to work on the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, Lacy, what were some of the issues that you noticed in the game?
Well, Philadelphia was just awful. There was no part of the game, no phase of the game that was working for them. And when you have an offense that is that bad, you have to change something. And to me, as much as I hate to say it, because I'm a Bradford fan, yeah. I think that you shake things up. I like let's try out Sanchez. Do something. Yeah. You got to do something different because what you have is not working, and at the professional level. With a team like Philadelphia is one of those teams that's going to be in the spotlight. NFC East, they've got some of the craziest fans in the league. You just have to do something better than what you're doing. You can't just keep trotting out this unit every week with the same results, and you're playing, okay, Dallas, let's say, is a quality team, and sorry, Atlanta fans, Atlanta's not particularly a quality team. But you didn't look any better against Atlanta than you did against Dallas. So something is fundamentally wrong there.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is, but I do know that you have to change something, even if it's just symbolic. So swap them out and see what happens.
Well,
that's all I can. That would be my suggestion to them. Not being the coach and not knowing what other pieces of the puzzle are missing. I know you guys know much more about the O-line and all that kind of stuff than I do. But the obvious thing when your offense isn't working, you got to start with the quarterback. The quarterback and your running game. They have no running game to speak of.
Yeah. So. Well, Zack, is it time for Chip to throw the chips in?
No, it's only 2 games.
Tequila shot.
It's 2 games.
Okay.
Bad
the
game.
Need to. Okay. And it's a whole bunch of other teams that are 0-2 and a whole bunch of teams that are 1-1. The Giants are 0-2. Dallas just lost their quarterback, and they don't have their wide receiver. And the Redskins are the Redskins.
But the Giants have been in their games the whole way. Both games they won.
And
down
the.
They're 0-2, but it's different when you're 0-2 and you're playing well, and you're 0-2 and you're playing terribly. There's a difference.
Because if you go 0-16, but you play well in all 16 losses, that's good.
Well, the difference is that if you're playing terribly, you're likely to go 0-16, and if you're playing well and you're just losing some heartbreakers, you're not as likely to lose all your games. That's the difference that I see.
So let me.
So Zack, if Philadelphia
keeps not going to win a game, is that what you're saying, Lacy? They're not going to win a game this season?
I didn't say they're not going to win a game. I said that they're playing terrible.
Okay.
And they are.
They just need to execute. They need to offensive line and block somebody when you're supposed to block somebody. Wide receiver, when the ball hits you in your hand, catch it. Sam Bradford.
They have DeMarco Murray, Sam Bradford, Jordan Matthews. They got Aguilar, who's supposed to be the next big thing. They scored 3 points. Now, they did score a touchdown late, but that doesn't count. That was garbage.
That don't count.
They had 3 points on the board.
They didn't execute.
At home.
Okay, they didn't execute. They got to go execute. I mean, they were there at the end zone, and Bradford threw an interception. He threw an interception in the red zone. So that's either a touchdown or that's 3 points that you would have got that you gave up. Then they had all kind of turnovers. Some of those things are unforced errors. If they clean it up,
it is, but
they'll be fine.
I agree with you, but what I'm saying is they are playing terrible in every phase of the game. That's different. That's something you really have to be worried about. If there's just one part that's not working, that would be.
Are they really playing terrible in every phase of the game? Because
that's what I saw.
How much did the Giants lose to Atlanta by at home? Because Philadelphia, I want to say,
I
lost
think
by a
4
point.
points,
And
maybe?
Yeah,
and
24
I think
points.
Philly lost by a point. If their kicker makes a 44-yard field goal, like he gets paid to do,
No, they lost
they're
by
1-1.
10 points.
To Atlanta?
Oh, to Atlanta. No,
They lost by a point, I want to say, because the
I
field goal
don't think
kicker
so.
didn't get the extra
I believe it was 23-24.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay. Well, maybe it was. But that was Atlanta. Oh my goodness.
What do you mean that was Atlanta?
Atlanta's not a. Okay, never mind. Atlanta's not a powerhouse.
Well, okay, Atlanta's 2-0. So what do you want? They're they're a quality team. They have a top 10 quarterback, probably top 5 wide receivers.
Okay, well, I disagree with you, but okay, I understand the pieces that go into that, but they're not a quality team to me. Now maybe they're getting there, and I'll have to revise my opinion. But so far, I'm not a fan. They don't really have any defense, and to me, you're not a quality team until you have a defense. But that's just my opinion.
And that's a great debate, and we will definitely touch on that.
Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll definitely touch on that in a future segment on this.
Oh
show.
yeah, we'll touch on that a little later.
Yeah, definitely. So Zach, you're saying that it's not too late. Don't throw the chips in.
It's only 2 games.
He's right about that.
It's 2 games. That's what happened to Alabama this past weekend. They started a new quarterback after 2-3 games. 2 games in, you start a new guy. You can't panic as a coach. The leader can't panic. Everybody's going to follow your lead. They need to go back to the drawing board and execute.
Right.
They do that, then they can see where they get at. The Cowboys just lost their quarterback. They just lost their starting quarterback. I feel pretty good if I'm the Eagles.
And they have a game against Dallas later on in the year to make up for that loss. So, yeah, I mean, it's still time.
There's still time. Everything is possible.
Yeah. Now, the adding insult to injury, injury to insult, excuse me, the defense sustained 2 injuries. Michael Kendrick, he was knocked out of the game with a hamstring injury. And then Kiko Alonso, he injured his knee, the same one where he had a torn ACL in last season. So, I mean, those are some factors there where Philly, if they could, fix the mistakes that they made, some drop passes here and there, interceptions in the end zones the last 2 weeks in a row, they can fix those things on the offensive end, get DeMarco Murray going. Hey, sprinkle in some Sproles and some Matthews as well. And then another injury to Philly. Their punter, he sustained an injury as well while trying to make a tackle. So, that's just a little tidbit there too. So, because that's field position, every phase counts in this league. Our next game, the 1:00 game, New England Patriots at the Buffalo Bills. This game was supposed to be the game where Buffalo defense was supposed to bow up and shut down Team Brady, and it ended up being a shootout. And New England pulled out the victory. I mean, on the road, and I just want to get you guys' take on that. So, if you don't mind, let's start with Lacy. What was your take on this matchup?
Well, I mean, it wasn't what I expected. But I tell you what, it was really nice that they were showing some of the pregame up in Buffalo, and the Buffalo fans were excited. They were tailgating. They were having a ball up in Buffalo. Just excited and happy about their team. So I was happy for them, and the better team won on Sunday. And as much as I don't like the Patriots, they're still a good team. And as much as I do like Buffalo, they're they've come a long way. Where they had they were able to get into this game with the kind of confidence that they had, with the kind of expectations that they had. This is not something that they had a year ago. So they've come a long way, and they got to play them twice. They got to go to Foxborough too. So maybe they'll even up the score then. I honestly like what I see from Buffalo. You got to start someplace, and they've started. They're building on it, and they're getting their confidence. Even after losing to New England, it was a close game. They were right in it. Right up to the end. So they've got a lot to be proud of, and that. so a couple of things shake a different way, they win that game. So, I feel good about it, actually, even though they had to take the L. I feel good about it for Buffalo. I think they're ready.
Yeah. What about you, Calculator?
I kind of have an opposite opinion about that game and the fact that I think it kind of hurt Buffalo's psyche. I mean, granted, they were coming in, they were confident, they were boasting about the defense, and Tom Brady just shredded them. I mean, if Tom Brady wanted to keep piling on the points, he really could have. I mean, granted, it seemed like he stepped off the gas once he hit 425 yards, and it's like, and just Buffalo really had no answer. So even if Buffalo would come all the way back and tied it, I think Tom Brady could have just kept the ball at the last and then just scored a touchdown in the game if he wanted to,
Okay.
and I think that puts them behind in that they will have to go to Foxborough now. Lacy got it right. There is a silver lining that Rex Ryan, he's not bashful. So you're not going to dampen his confidence. I think he will pass that on his team. He'll pull his quarterback who had he had some good fantasy stats, but if you saw some of those interceptions, he was making bad reads. Belichick, he was putting his defense in the right position to kind of confuse him, and I think he's going to go to the quarterback and say, hey, you're still our guy. Yes, this is a great team. Yeah. We'll build on what mistakes he's made. So I think they will get back up. The problem is when they do play it will be in Foxborough, and it will be in New England.
Yeah. Well, they're going to play 13 other teams also. And that's true. But they got their swagger back, and I love that.
So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think that's also from the extension of the head coach too. I think the head coach gives that to them. So that's why I think that was a great hire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Zachariah?
Well, that
game was terrible for Buffalo. If you're a Buffalo fan, you have to be scared because I'm with the calculator. Yes, defense was supposed to be your calling card. Rex Ryan talks about all this stuff. Everybody talks about how great Buffalo's personnel is. I think I said they had the best front four in football, and they got dominated. I'm going to be honest. I'm a Ravens fan, and being serious, Belichick is he's the best coach ever. I mean, it's not even close. What New England did to Buffalo it's just amazing. Schematically, they nullified the pass rush that Buffalo had, and they put up 40 on them. I mean, think about that. Buffalo is supposed to have one of the better defenses in the NFL.
And they do.
Well, they must have left it at home on Sunday.
Well, they couldn't beat the Super Bowl champs. So, that's a terrible thing, but it is not the end of the world.
No, that's not the Super Bowl champs. That team doesn't have Darrell Reeves on it. It doesn't have Brandon Browner. They're missing other key components. And they
Brandon
got
LaFell.
whipped.
Did I miss the Super Bowl?
Exactly. They got whipped. I'd be worried if I'm in Buffalo. All these people talking about them going to the playoffs, and I think I had it in there. That was an embarrassing effort at home when, if they'd have lost 13-10, 13-3 or something, I feel good about it because that means your defense went out and played well. But your defense got smoked.
They did. They absolutely did. And you know what? What happens when that happens? What happens is you go back to the drawing board and you figure out what didn't work and you get better.
Right.
Period.
Right.
That's what's going to happen with Buffalo. They haven't forgotten how they took Andrew Luck and company out of their game and beat them. So they're no fluke. This was a bad week, understandably, but they still got their swagger.
And not trying to be funny, but Andrew Luck is not Tom Brady. For as much praise as he gets, he's not Tom Brady. And Chuck Pagano is not Bill Belichick. So if that's what Buffalo fans are thinking, okay. But I'm thinking New England's going to be the number one seed in the AFC. And I don't even want that to happen. But look, if
you have to have watched the game, and you have to really see it to appreciate what type of machine that was that New England went up there with. That was a phenomenal game with the game plan by Belichick and just execution by Brady. Outside of the fumble, they were near flawless.
Mm-hmm.
That's scary, and the rest of the league should be put on alert.
Okay.
Well, guess what? Last week I mentioned to you guys that New England has the playbook, and they were going to figure it out. So
you did say that. Yeah.
The Patriots have the playbook, man. So whatever you want to come with them at, they're already prepared. And I'm just kidding. The Patriots they executed well. They deserved that victory. And that was in a tough environment. And Buffalo, I'm gonna give Buffalo this. They did not quit, and they found a quarterback in Tyrod Taylor. So let's see how both teams progress, and they will have a rematch. And I'm sure we all will tune in for that. And just on a quick note, there was a shootout in the Meadowlands, as I like to call it, but out at MetLife Stadium. Matt Ryan and Julio Jones versus Eli Manning and Beckham, and there was a lot of offense between those four guys there, and the Falcons were able to squeeze out a 24-20 victory over the Giants. So that's for all the local fans there.
Right.
It's time. It's time for the calculator to give us his pro Sportslines. So for those of you who are out here that are going to make some friendly wagers this week, listen to the calculator. Go.
Okay. It is time for sports line talk. Okay. I'm going to go over 3 games that kind of intrigued me this week. Let's start with San Francisco 49ers. They are getting 6.5 at the Arizona Cardinals. And this is what I call, if you recall our prior podcast, I referenced what they call a smelly line. And this is a smelly line to me, and I'll tell you why. After 2 weeks, there may be no team flying higher than the Arizona Cardinals. Not only has Bruce Arians' squad jump out to a 2-0 record, it also leads the league in point differential at plus 37. With tremendous momentum behind them, the Cardinals have opened up as a 6.5 point favorite and have received 76% of spread bets, meaning 70% of the public is placing their money on the Cardinals. Despite this overwhelming public support, odd makers are unwilling to push Arizona to that key number -7. In fact, some of the sharpest offshore sports books have gone in the opposite direction and moved San Francisco to 6.5 to 6. So when I say sharp money, that means sharp. When you talk about the word sharp, that means big bets. That means the guys that place millions or 1.5 millions on a single game. Those are the ones that are saying, hey, I'm going against the public on this. So the reverse line movement shows this indicator, but it's hardly only one. The 49ers fit countless contrarian bet views in the past. If anybody remembers, the 49ers at New Orleans last year, New Orleans was a 6.5 point favorite, just like this, at home against the 49ers. 49ers won outright. The Cardinals are being talked about as Super Bowl contenders, while the 49ers are coming off a 25-point road loss, meaning that this game perfectly fits the strategy of buying on bad news and selling on good. With countless system matchups, sharp money indicators, let's gladly take the San Francisco plus 6.5 on Sunday. History is on your side on this one. So let's go against Joe Blow. Let's go with the wise guys, putting all that money on the other way, and take the 6.5 points on this weekend. Okay, next.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So that means that San Francisco is supposed to lose by 6.5?
Yes, that means the Cardinals are favored to win this. Cardinals would have to win by a touchdown if you took the Cardinals. So okay, I'm saying that I'm picking San Francisco to keep it close.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. Now the next one, San Diego Chargers plus 2.5 at the Minnesota Vikings. This game is interesting as both teams enter the game with a 1-1 record, with their lone victory coming in home games against the same team, the Detroit Lions. Last week, the Vikings defeated the Lions 26-16, while the Chargers beat the Lions 33-28 in Week 1. However, last week the Chargers lost by 5 points to the Bengals, which would allow bettors an opportunity to buy low. San Diego opened as a 3-point underdog, and public bettors have been fairly even, with about 54% of them taking the Chargers. Despite this even betting, San Diego has still dropped. It dropped from 3 to 2.5 across the betting marketplace. Road dogs, meaning teams that are on the road that are, favorites to lose, have historically fared well after close games, which could lead further value to San Diego coming off a 5-point loss to the Bengals. Ideally, bettors took this game early before the odd makers moved it from 3 to 2, but still, I like San Diego getting 2.5 points. I actually like San Diego to it's going to be a close game, but San Diego has the quarterback and has the running game, and Minnesota's still young, but they still have Adrian Peterson. So I think it's going to be a close game. So if it's going to be a close game, I'm going to take the underdog. I'm going to take the 2.5 points. I don't think it's going to move back up to 3 because, like they said, a lot of people are keeping the line pretty even. So I would take 2.5 points on San Diego, thinking it's going to be a close game. Okay. The last one. We're keeping it within the region. The Atlanta Falcons -1 at Dallas.
Ooh.
Okay. If Romo and Dez were in the lineup, Vegas would actually have Dallas favored by 6. Dez cost them 2 points. Romo cost them 4. And that is why this game opened up as a pick'em. Early money is already on the Falcons, as the line has already moved to Atlanta -1. And I saw some books out there that has already moved to the Falcons -2. I would take the Falcons until the line hits 3, and it looks like it's going to move that way.
Mm-hmm.
I think Atlanta will win the game, but I think Dallas has a good enough defense and a good enough offensive line in football to keep the game close. The two things that help out a backup quarterback, which Dallas will be starting, starting the backup quarterback, what's their best friend? An offensive line, right? Running good defense. That's right. Running game behind that offensive line, exactly. So,
and playing at home.
And playing at home, exactly. So that's going to help out as well. So even though I like Atlanta to win, I think Dallas will create a game plan to keep it close. So I would take Atlanta. Just don't give up anything over 3 points. If you feel froggy and feeling confident, you can give 3 points and hope for a push. But anything 2.5 and below is where I take Atlanta. But you got to buy now. The line, like I said, is moving like crazy. It's already at 2 on some books. So if you can lock it in before it hits 3, I say take Atlanta. You can give up the 1 to 2 points, but don't go to 3. But I do like Atlanta to win this game. Too many injuries for Dallas to overcome on such short notice.
Is Jason Witten playing?
He is still questionable, but they say he is likely to play. So even though he's questionable, I'm putting him more in the probable thing. But they have a good backup tight end for Witten, though. I know he's no Witten, but Escobar is a pretty good tight end in himself.
Awesome. Mr. Zack, how do you feel about these 3 games?
Well, I'm gonna go with Atlanta. I think they'll win straight up 3. Uh-oh. Does that mean I ran out of time? Does that mean I ran
Carry
out of time?
on. Not yet.
Hey, let Lacy go first.
Okay. So, what was the question again?
It was same.
Yeah, calculator went over the lines, and I was just going to get Zach's thoughts on those 3 selections.
Okay. So on one of them, the last one was Dallas and Atlanta, right?
Yeah, and Atlanta's
I've made no secret about how I feel about Atlanta, and even though I understand the reasons why you said what you said, and we just don't know what Dallas is going to do offensively. Defensively, I think they just have such a superior defense. They really have been showing up. They've really been, helping them win the games that they've won. And I just don't believe that Atlanta's for real. Matt Ryan plays terrible on the road. We know that. I'm taking Dallas.
All right.
Well, I think I think Dallas is playing good on defense. Has a lot to do with Romo being able to stay on the field to give their defense a break. But if you have Weed on there going 3 and out, I mean, that good defense is not going to be so good in the second half.
Well, maybe not. But Atlanta plays terrible on the road, historically. Although they did beat the Giants, so
Yeah.
But just for this week, I'm taking Dallas.
Well, I think the thing is Atlanta plays poorly a lot in open stadiums. You still have Jerry World that is right in Matt Ryan's, wheelhouse. So I think.
And I'm taking Dallas.
Okay.
Well, and also
now the other games you were talking about, you said San Francisco and Arizona.
Arizona.
And you want to take San Francisco in the points?
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Arizona these last couple of weeks. I mean, Carson Palmer has been lights out. Arizona's got.
But they have played the Saints and they have played Chicago, the 31st and 32nd ranked pass defenses in the league.
Uh-huh. And what did San Francisco do against Pittsburgh with that pass defense? 43 points, I think.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
Oh yeah, well,
Arizona's at home. Arizona's at home.
I mean, Carson Palmer's not Big Ben, So Antonio Brown's not on the other side. You can say Larry Fitzgerald all day long, but he's no Antonio Brown. So,
he isn't. But still, San Francisco, they had that really good game against Minnesota that first weekend. We all got to see that one. So it kind of skews things a little bit. It's hard to believe that they won't get some of that done. But Arizona's got a really good defense, and so San Francisco, they're gonna take away the run and make Kaepernick beat them, and so I don't think that they can. And the question, I guess, is will they beat them by more than a touchdown?
Right, will they cover?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Arizona.
Ooh, all right.
So I took Dallas. I took Arizona. Who was the other one? There were 3.
It was San Diego -2. And a half.
You don't take it.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. San Diego was getting 2.5 at Minnesota.
I'm taking San Diego. Yes. So those are my picks based on those games. Zachariah, right. Are you there?
Yep, I'm here. And as long as Brandon Wheaton is started for Dallas, we'll take Atlanta.
Yeah. And how about San Diego, Minnesota?
I don't even really need to think about that.
Okay.
We'll take Minnesota at home. I believe in Adrian Peterson, and I believe in Mike Zimmer's defense. So I think Minnesota covers. Atlanta wins straight up and covers, and then Arizona covers against San Francisco because San Francisco played like I thought they should have played in week 1 in disarray. So
awesome.
That's what I'm gonna go with.
Okay.
All right.
So Tyrone. You see a lot of that's going on with San Francisco. A lot of the people are going with the public, but I'm going with the wise guys on this one.
Uh-oh. Well, we will definitely find out come Sunday evening.
411, did you state your
Yeah, what do you think, Mr. 411?
Yeah, we.
Well,
are you Switzerland here? I mean, what's going on?
Well, I mean, this is where I have my check marks by.
Mm-hmm.
I have Dallas winning over Atlanta.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I have Dallas winning over Atlanta. I got a feeling that this is just going to be one of those ugly type of games, and Dallas is going to figure out a way to get it. Mm-hmm. The San Diego, Minnesota, I like San Diego winning that game and covering on the road. San Fran and Arizona, I like Arizona winning that by 7. That's what I like. I like them winning it by 7. That 6, it is a smelly line, but I smell 7 there. So that's why I'm going with that.
Yeah, but the sports books, they're not moving it to 7. They're saying you can bet at a 76% clip. And we're still going to keep it at 6.5. And I'm telling you, this is Stanford USC all over again.
Oh.
Yeah. And we will definitely revisit this.
Oh, we sure will.
and I can't wait for that, and I'm sure our listeners cannot wait.
Yeah.
And another thing that they cannot wait for is our Pick Six segment. And the way that this segment works is your host, Mr. 411, will list a game.
Okay.
And then your host will go around the horn, and as he goes around the horn, each panelist will state who's going to win.
Okay.
And we're keeping track of this. And
yes,
just as an overview, last week we have our leader. It's a tie at the top. Lacy and the calculator with 2 correct selections, followed closely by Mr. 411 and Zack with 1 correct selection.
That was brutal.
And it was kind of scattered. And it was scattered all over the
one
place.
Game.
Yeah.
I must only pick 1 game last week.
Well, you must have picked 1 and forgot to pick the other 5 in the pick six.
That has to be what happened. That has to be what happened.
Yeah.
Zach, we got it on tape. We got it on tape, my friend.
We'll review the tape. But
I'm gonna get Commissioner Goodell to get rid of the tape. Like
oh, okay.
Should be a piece of cake.
Send it to his office.
Yeah.
Yeah. That wouldn't be hard to do. But our picks were kind of scattered. We had with Lacy and Calculator. They both selected Denver. They won. Lacy, hey, you were the Lone Ranger on the Jets. You got that one. Zack and the Calculator both picked Green Bay, and yours truly selected New England as the Lone Wolf. And so that just shows you how competitive the league has been so far.
Okay.
But now, here we go.
Mhm.
Game number 1, and I'm going to start with Lacy, then Calculator, then Zack, and then myself. Washington at Giants.
Tomorrow night.
Giants, I think it's not going to be a shock to you that I'm going to pick the Giants.
Okay. Giants. Calculator.
I got to go with the Giants. They've had too many mental mistakes, but I think they get they right the ship, and I think they take home the victory.
All right. And Zack.
Hey, are we going by line, or are we just picking who's gonna win?
This is pick six. Just pick it.
Yeah, just
hey, Giants. And if they don't win, Harper needs to be fired immediately.
Dang, Zack said there's no job security in football.
Right.
I would.
So not only
not for long.
Yeah. So not only did he pick the game, he's picking who's going to coach. And yours truly selects the Giants as well. So that was kind of boring. We all picked the same team. Cincinnati and Baltimore. I know we're going to have some differences here. Lacy, Bengals or Ravens?
I have to go with the Ravens.
Oh, Baltimore. Wow. Okay, calculate.
They're 0-2. They're not going to stay that way.
Yeah, and I was about to say that's exactly why I'm going with the Ravens. They're not going 0-3. And, they've had a couple of tough games on the road. They are a better team than what they've played. They are awesome at home. And Andy Dalton, you just never know what you're going to get from him. So, 0-3, backed in the quarter. Yeah, backed in the corner. Ravens win this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And how about you, Zach? Goraya.
Bengals win by double digits.
Nope.
Wow, Bengals.
What?
Did you say Bengals?
I just fainted.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
Woo! I'm shocked.
Wow.
He may have the inside track.
But guess what? I agree with him. I have Cincinnati.
Oh, what? Double digits?
Cincinnati.
Panel is split.
I have Cincinnati winning. I didn't say double digits, but I have
okay.
I have win on the road. I'm going with the Bengals. I think their run game is going to, the 1-2 punch is going to gash them. And that's just what I think.
Okay.
The next game, Atlanta Falcons at the Dallas Cowboys. Quickly, who do you have? Lacy?
We went over this. I went with Atlanta. I went with Dallas.
We went over the line, so I was trying to pick six. So I just wanted to.
Okay. Okay. So for this one, it was me and was anybody else with me?
Yeah, I think 411 was with you.
I have Dallas.
Okay, and then so Zack and
Atlanta.
Yeah, Zack and I, we and Brandon, we do not trust.
Okay.
So. Hell no. Why would
you guys don't like weed? You guys don't like weed in?
No,
Wow.
we don't like weed.
Hey, look, if Stephen A. Smith would stay off the weeding. Stay off the weeding.
Yeah.
I'm on the weed.
And not
so
only
I'm
that, Whedon
good.
wasn't that good last year when he played with Des Bryant, and now he don't even have Des Bryant anymore.
Exactly.
So,
Sometimes you rise up. We'll see.
And
You
DeMarco
guys-
Murray.
yeah, that's right. He had Des Bryant and
Yeah.
DeMarco Murray,
Yeah, that's a lot to miss.
and he still lost.
Well, that's a split there. Also, there was a split on the Cincinnati.
Okay.
So the next game, the Eagles at the Jets. Lacy, I already wrote down the Jets.
Thank you very much.
Calculator.
Man, I so want to go against the Jets with Eric Decker being questionable and just.
Oh,
I don't know. I mean, does Philadelphia figure it out any? And I just can't. I think the defense is going to be there again. I think the running game is going to be there. I think they're going to wear Philadelphia out again, missing their stud middle linebacker. So yeah, I'm going with the Jets.
All right, Jets.
Try to sound a little happier about it.
Yeah. How
I
about
don't
you,
care
Zack?
about Jets.
I know you
You
don't.
got that?
So like I said, at 0-2, you don't panic. The Eagles need to execute, keep Sam Bradford upright. Receivers need to catch the ball. Defense continues playing the way that they're playing, and things are going to be fine. But that ain't going to be the case this week. They're going to lose. The Jets are going to murder them.
Wow.
He almost couldn't keep a straight face on that one for one.
Yeah.
Ugly.
He had
I
to
had
learn
to-
for a minute.
Yeah, I had to go back
Sanchez
and
will
scratch
make
it
an
out.
appearance.
Mr.
Well,
Sam
Paul,
Bradford's going to have one of those ghost concussions.
Well, this is one of those games that, I'll tell you our story, just real brief. Back in the mid '80s, I was able to. My father was stationed in New Jersey, and we went up to visit, and he had some tickets to a preseason matchup, and it was the Philadelphia Eagles at the New York Jets. I can't tell you who won the game. I do remember being there, and I saw Cunningham play very briefly because they don't play guys long. But I'm going with the Philadelphia Eagles on this one.
Really?
Wow.
Based
I'm
on
going
some
with the Eagles.
obscure ancient history preseason game.
Yeah, I'm going
That's
with
a
the
scientific analysis.
Eagles. Yes,
All right.
you heard it here first.
Hey,
Well,
all right.
Sam Bradford is
the
going to
idiot.
be on the ground more than a $2 hooker.
Well, he's going to be on his back like that. Yeah, there you go.
Wow. Well, and we'll find out. Hey, Buffalo at Miami. Lacy,
Ooh, now
does Buffalo bounce back?
that is an interesting game.
Or do your surprise team, Miami Dolphins?
Now,
Bounce
I
back?
hate to reverse myself because I really felt like Miami had a lot of the answers to the question of can you make it to the playoffs. I really felt like they did. The last couple of weeks have started to to wear my face down a little bit, but it's hard for me. It's hard. It's hard. The Buffalo's going to be at Miami, so Miami's the home team. But I just I haven't seen what I wanted to see from Miami. Even though they won their first game, they played Washington. They won it. It was a really close game. I feel like Buffalo is about to take something out on Miami. Some frustration that they got from Brady and company. And Miami just they haven't had the running game that I think that they should have had. They haven't had the passing game that I feel like they should have had. They haven't had the defense that I was expecting from them. They just haven't really quite clicked yet. And so
Sounds like you're leaning.
well, I'm trying. I'm trying to be fair. Buffalo at Miami. I mean, these teams play each other hard. Let somebody else go. I'm talking,
Okay.
turning it over in my head.
I'll be glad to go because I think Miami wins. I think that them coming home is going to be huge for them. It's their home opener. I think Buffalo, this is the first time they got to go on the road. I mean, Tyrod Taylor, it's nice playing at home for 2 games, but now, you know, you still kind of wet behind the ears, and now, you know, Miami, they haven't played up to the
potential,
standard, but they're at home now. And I think and Tannehill loves playing at home. I think they'll take the New England Patriot game film. I think they can learn a lot about that, about how they'll be able to confuse Tyrod Taylor, especially on the road. So I like Miami, and I actually like Miami rather comfortable. I think I don't know exactly what the spread is. I didn't study it, but I would actually lay the points on this one, on whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm taking Miami on this one.
Last time I checked, it was 2.5.
Okay, well, anything under 5, I'm taking Miami.
It's 2.5.
How about you, Zach?
Buffalo.
Mr. 411, I want to be very clear about this, and I need you to write this down and keep this going for the season. I will not pick Buffalo or Miami to win a game for the rest of the season. When you Buffalo and you let New England come up there and lay it on your ass like that, and when you're Miami and you lose to the Jacksonville Jaguars, you're not worthy of me picking you to win a game. I'll just take an L. So I'll already have one loss next week. So
you're abstaining from the vote.
I will not pick Buffalo or Miami to win a game for the rest of the season.
So you're
saying it's going to be a tie?
You're saying it's going to be a tie?
I'm saying I'm not picking a game. I will not pick any game.
There it is. And it's on record. I have Miami winning this matchup. Lacy?
Zach, I'm writing that down. He said to write it down. So
yeah, he did say write it down.
411.
I'm making Miami as well.
I will not pick them. Hell no.
Man, that's like a hunger strike.
Miami or Buffalo?
This is rough. I'm tossing them back and forth in my head, so I'm gonna finally say, let's see, Buffalo lost to New England, Miami lost to Jacksonville. I have to go with Buffalo here.
Oh, Buffalo.
Yeah.
The New York team. Okay.
Well, you know, but Buffalo beat Indy and lost to New England. Jacksonville beat Miami and lost to, who did they lose to in week 1?
Miami beat Washington but lost to Jacksonville.
Oh, I'm sorry, Miami beat Washington, lost to Jacksonville. So I mean, Miami.
I'm going with home field advantage at least.
I'm just saying, you know, when I think about the kind of caliber of the 2 games that they've already played, I feel like Buffalo gets the edge there. So that's who I'm going with.
Okay. And our final matchup of the Pick 6, Kansas City Chiefs at the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, I like it.
This is the Monday night tilt.
Monday Night Madness.
Oh, that's easy. Now, see, to me, that one, Lacy goes with Green Bay. I don't even feel like that's. Okay. I don't even understand why that's like a. I mean, I guess because it's Monday night.
Maybe.
Well, you know, Kansas City did come within a touchdown, defensive touchdown of coming in at 2-0. So.
Okay.
You know.
So who do you have?
I'm still
Green Bay.
Timing by what that has to do with anything.
Well, I'm just saying, you know, they looked impressive in week 1, you know.
And I'm gonna go
I didn't
real
think
quick.
so, but okay.
The quarterback.
Well, the Chiefs did.
I didn't think
quarterback
so,
for the Chiefs.
Okay.
You didn't think they blew out Houston?
Alex Smith.
Okay, maybe that's
Who's
why.
the quarterback for the Chiefs again, Zach?
Alex Smith.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm taking Green Bay.
Yeah, exactly.
Versus Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, why did we put this one? Hey, why did the producers put this one on here?
Well,
the Miami Buffalo game. I'm taking Green Bay, and they're going to win by like 10 or 14 points at home.
Wow. Wipe out.
Did you not just see what Aaron Rodgers did to Seattle defense?
Yeah.
Oh, it
is kind of a no-brainer.
For Kansas City.
Okay.
I almost put Kansas City on my no-pick list after that damn performance against Denver. But we're not going to put them on there yet.
All right. Well, to recap, we all have the Giants. We all have Green Bay.
Yes.
And Lacy, calculator, have Baltimore. Zachariah, Mr. 401, have Cincinnati. Lacy, Mr. 401, have Dallas. Calculator and Zack have Atlanta. Lacy, Calculator, and Zack have the New York Jets. Mr. 411 has Philadelphia Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
Lacy has Buffalo. Calculator and 411 have Miami. And Zack has neither.
None of the above.
He selected.
Hey, that's right. Brewster's Millions. None of the above.
None of the above.
That's right. Brewster's Million. That's exactly what I thought about when you said that.
Cool.
Okay.
So guess what, guys? We'll look back at that. We're also going to post this on our YouTube page. And so
good.
Definitely take a look at there. And feel free to comment as well. And any questions or anything you would like for us to talk about, email us at 411podcast. 411sportsworldpodcast@gmail.com. That's 411podcast. 411sportsworldpodcast@gmail.com. Our next segment.
Mm-hmm.
And it's called Yes or No. So the rules to this game is the panel will say yes or no.
Thanks for listening. You've been listening to the Magic News and updated information from the dogcast.com. Also, you're listening to 411 Sports World Podcast featuring all the major players. Let's call them out. Lacy Dawson. Oh, yeah. Zack. Zachariah. Mr. 411. And the calculator. Up soon, we're going to know who had the cap of a big day in style. The scoreboard can be found more informatively if you were to dial into dogcast.com, and that is DAWGCAST.com. Thanks again for listening. You're listening to the new technology world of sports with 411 Sports World Podcast.
Thank you, Mr. Voice Upstairs. Now, yes or no. The first part will be the 2-0 teams. I want to hear a yes or a no whether they're going to make the playoffs or not. And these are for the teams that are 2-0. Lacy,
yes.
New York Jets.
Yes.
Calculator, New York Jets.
Yes.
Zack.
No! Mike Fitzpatrick is a damn quarterback. No!
And Mr. 401 says no as well.
What?
I'm with you on that one, Lacy.
Thank you.
New England Patriots. Lacy.
Why is this team on here?
Did you say are they going to make the playoffs?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm not
Sorry, I went out of line when you were going to
No, that's fine.
I'm not answering this question anyway.
All right, yes. Dallas Cowboys. Lacy, yes or no?
No.
Ooh. Calculator.
Nope.
Zack.
Well, somebody's got to make it from the NFC East, right?
Yes.
So yes, the Cowboys make it.
Ooh. Wow. Well, I say yes as well. Green Bay Packers.
Copying me. Lord Jesus.
Yes.
Who put this together?
Well, they're 2-0.
It's not so much the format. This is not the original intended format. It didn't have anything to do with the playoffs. It was just, are they for real or not?
Will they make the playoffs?
I think everybody's going to take Green Bay. Does anybody think that Green Bay is not going to make the playoffs?
Hey, as long as Aaron Rodgers shows up for work every day, they're in the playoffs. From now until the next 20 years.
There you go.
Calculator?
Yes.
Really?
4-1, yes.
Okay.
Atlanta Falcons, yes or no? Lacy.
But just based on their division, no.
Okay. Calculator.
Because of their division, yes.
And Zack.
Yeah, because of their division, and to be honest, Matt Ryan is the best quarterback in the NFC South, and they got the best wide receiver. They make it.
Yes. Carolina Panthers. Oh, by the way, yes on the Falcons. Carolina Panthers.
Yes.
Yes or no? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Lacy. Calculator.
I say no. I think they come back down to earth coming up real soon.
Ooh.
They'll go 3-0 and still not make the playoffs.
Wow. That.
Let me think for a second. Arizona, Seattle, Green Bay, Atlanta. That's 4 right there. And NFC East team. Who's better than them?
Just about everybody.
I'm gonna say no. They don't make it.
Wow.
Yeah, only one team's coming out of the South, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And that's the
Wow.
Falcons.
Since you all picked Atlanta, that means that you all think the Panthers don't make it.
Correct.
My answer now is yes.
Really?
Today. Yes. So since we're talking about it today, my answer is yes. There are things that have changed in the East, and there's some questions I have
let's
in the
move
North.
along. Mm-hmm.
So I have yes for the
Next
Panthers.
one is
I have yes.
really. Yeah, you said
calculator.
that like 3 times.
Yeah, I sure did. Calculator. Cincinnati, yes or no?
Yes.
Zack.
They're in easily.
Yes.
Was that yes?
Yes, they're in easily.
Lacy, was that a yes?
I did say yes. A yes is a yes.
Okay. So I have yes. St. Louis Rams. Lacy.
Yes.
Calculator.
Well, the Rams are 1-1 though.
Yes or no?
No. Thought we were doing
That's
2-0.
what Lacy said. Yes or no?
Hey, don't let the facts get in the way of a good story there, Calculator.
Okay, well, they shouldn't be there. They shouldn't be there then. So just ignore them.
So, well, I mean, it's still a question. I mean, I think they'll make it. I say yes.
I say no.
Hey, as soon as Ty Gurley suits up, it's on. Yes.
Uh-oh. Because he plays for Georgia. Because he played at Georgia.
No.
But he's an excellent back, too, though.
Okay.
I have no.
Playing at the University of Georgia probably influences me a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
Who's next?
All right. How about the 0-2 teams? Seattle's 0-2, correct?
So I guess we all think Denver's going to make it. Okay.
Well, yeah.
Well,
We
Denver,
too.
yeah, because Denver's 1-1, but I have
are they? I thought they were
Denver's
2-0.
Denver's 2-0.
Oh, I'm sorry. They're 2-0.
They're the ones that are 2-0, and St. Louis is 1-1. But that's okay.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody thinks Denver's going to miss it.
I think everybody goes yes with Denver, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Because they did defeat the Ravens.
Always Peyton Manning's lining up.
Right. They defeated the Ravens. They defeated Baltimore Ravens and Kansas City. Exactly.
That's correct.
So,
Yeah.
so
That's quality.
They probably shouldn't have won.
That's true, but it was quality. Yeah.
And we'll edit out the St. Louis part.
Okay.
It's okay.
0-2 teams. Seattle Seahawks. Will they make the playoffs or not? Lacy.
Yes.
4-1, yes.
Now that the terrorist is back, yes.
Zack.
They have very good personnel. They're in, and I'm with the calculator. Hey, the terrorists will make it on the defense.
So that's a resounding yes.
Yes.
Baltimore Ravens. Zachariah's team. They're only 0-2. Will they make the playoffs, Zach?
Let me start counting real quick. New England's in. Colts in. Let's see. Denver's in. Woo-wee. Who else do we have? And I said Cincy's in. Mathematically, they can still get 12 wins. Baltimore's in.
Calculator?
Well, it's going to be hard to get 12 wins since he had him losing double digits to Seattle, going to 0-3. So, at Baltimore.
Run.
Okay. Actually, I think they will rally the troops. I think they win all their home games, and I think they win enough on the road to get in. I say yes, they do make the playoffs.
Well, I hope you're right, calculator. Because they had no pass rush this past weekend.
Yeah.
Wow. Lacy?
I have to say no.
No.
Sadly, I say no.
Everybody can't make it. If you got the Jets in, everybody can't make it.
Exactly. I got the Jets. So.
I mean, hey, Baltimore has done nothing to inspire confidence right now.
All right.
4-1-1?
That's it. I have no.
Houston. No. No. Houston. Hell no.
No.
Does anybody have a yes on Houston?
No.
Not after not with that quarterback situation. Not even that defense can carry him. No.
That running back.
Unless you're
Arian Foster. I mean, they're missing him more and more.
Games.
Yeah.
If the Colts are only going to win like 6 games, then they got a chance. But hell no.
Can the same thing be said about the Bears? Is that
no. Once again, who put this together?
Actually, they might win one game. I have them beating Tampa Bay. So, but after that,
Cutler's out, so I don't know who they're going to sub in for him. But
Clausen.
It's got to be an upgrade. Well, no, never mind.
No, this is a no on
no.
Chicago.
No.
Okay.
No.
Now, this is when it gets real interesting. Indianapolis Colts.
Everybody knows
that. They're playing the AFC South. If they don't win the AFC South, I mean, Pagano's job is already on the line if he doesn't get to the Super Bowl. So if they don't win the AFC South, I mean, I don't know.
Let me tell you, Andrew.
How are they going to lose the AFC South is a better question. How do they lose it?
Hey, that is a good question, Lacy.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, by the calculator.
Yeah, that's all around yes.
That is a resounding yes, all the way around. New Orleans Saints.
No.
No.
They just lost their quarterback.
No.
All right. New York Giants.
You know what? I'll just go first. If they could just execute and finish games, they have some good talent offensively, but they gave away 2 games they shouldn't have gave away. And you can't give away games in the NFL.
Not in the NFL.
So I'm going to do question mark. Ask me again in a couple weeks.
Because I said no to Dallas, because of Dallas' situation, and I said no to them, I'm going to say yes to the Giants.
Yes. Okay. Calculator.
I say no. I have faith that Philadelphia is going to get together after week 3, of course.
Well, they're next. We'll talk about that.
Zack, I need you to come off the fence, man. Yes or no?
I can't answer that. I got to go question mark. Okay, well, we're talking about right now. If we're talking about right now, I'm going to say no.
Okay.
I'll do like you did. Ask me again in a couple weeks.
And we will.
Philadelphia Eagles. Is it?
What did you say, 4-1-1?
What did you say for the Giants, 4-1-1?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't like Eli. I already knew that answer.
I wrote no down. Philadelphia.
Philly? I say no. Absolutely not.
Ooh. Calculator.
I say yes. They get it together after week 3.
Whoa.
They win the East.
I'm with the calculator. They win the East. Tony Romo just went down. I mean, they're in.
Philly?
Yes, they're in.
Yeah?
Well, I say no.
It may only take 9 wins to win that division.
Yeah. Well, I have no.
So calculator, or 4-1-1, you have Dallas winning the division.
Yeah.
Interesting. You did say that. Okay.
Yeah, I have winning the division.
Zach has Dallas and Philly, so.
All right. So how about the Detroit Lions?
No.
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 Is Matt Stafford still the quarterback?
He is.
Yeah.
And that just goes to show you I don't show love to all UGA former players.
Well.
Yeah, I say no.
I say no as well. So we all agree there too. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Well, that was very interesting, and got a lot of no's. But we got some yeses in there, here and there. So yeah, that was a great segment. Appreciate you guys being good sports about that. And I'm sure there's a lot of bulletin board material around the NFL once we upload our podcast here.
Absolutely.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Well, they need to post in Baltimore.
Well, we'll do what we can to get it there. We'll talk with our media department.
Especially when Zack said they're going to lose about double digits to Cincinnati. It's like, wow.
Cincinnati's playing pretty well right now.
Yeah, they might put that on the big screen, the Jumbotron. That would be interesting. Well,
I tried to be real.
Yeah, you did. And that's what you're here for. Now, you're here for the real sports talk. Mm-hmm. Today in sports history, I'm going to give you two birthdays. Zack, I'm glad you're ready. Calculator and Lacy, are you ready?
Uh-huh.
It's not David Stern. I do know that.
It's not.
I will not guess that, I promise.
I will definitely give you that as a clue. It's not David Stern.
Oh, gee, thanks.
But it is a baseball player who plays in the National League Western Division.
Say it again.
What was that again?
I don't know.
Baseball player.
Baseball player.
Yeah. National League West.
Okay.
Active or retired?
Active.
That's really not narrowing it down as much as you probably think.
That's a lot of people.
You're going to have to give us a little bit. Okay, Barry Bonds. I don't know.
Well, he's not active.
I don't care.
So, National League West. Matt Cain.
Matt Kemp.
Clayton Kershaw?
I don't know. How would you even narrow this down?
Well,
he's a baseball player. He plays in the National League West. That's only like 200. Well, maybe not 200.
Yeah, Jason Starks gives better clues than this.
Well, this ain't Jason Stark here, buddy. Well, happy birthday, Matt Kemp.
Oh, I said that.
No way, Deidre.
I swear to you.
I know you said it. That's why I don't believe it.
You know I don't know. I didn't know. It's just like there's not that many people. I think he plays for the Dodgers or somebody.
He plays for the Padres.
I thought he played for the Dodgers.
He
No, he got traded.
Well, he was a Dodger, but...
Well, see, there you go.
Good job, Lacy.
Oh, yeah, right.
Well,
now I'm ashamed. I didn't mean to get it right.
It's okay.
Tommy Lasorda.
The odds were in your favor.
Tommy Lasorda. It is not Tommy Lasorda.
Yeah. So you know that saying is true about what they say about the sun shining on a dog. You know.
Every now and then.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Now this birthday, since y'all was so good at that,
uh-huh,
I'll narrow this down. NBA basketball player.
Is that how you're narrowing it down?
Central Division.
Central
Division.
They don't have a Central anymore.
Whatever it was.
So is this not active?
What's the current division in? What is it called?
I don't know.
You're the basketball guy.
You got the South. You got the East.
Yep.
East.
No, it's not the East. It's not the Southwest.
I'm sorry. You got the Southeast.
Oh my goodness. You are the worst clue giver I have ever run into.
You know, actually, there is a Central. My bad.
Okay.
That's what I was waiting on.
Is it?
You're welcome.
A current player?
Current player.
Rose.
Oh, we'll just start calling out people?
I said Derrick Rose. That's my guess.
Okay.
I hope it's not LeBron James because I can't stand him. So let me think of somebody who's in the Central? Is it
LeBron's
Cleveland?
birthday is in December.
Who? Cleveland. Who else plays in the Central?
Hey, does Indiana play in the Central?
Milwaukee, Detroit. Yeah,
Milwaukee.
Indiana's in the Central.
Oh, Jabari Parker.
Okay.
Those are two solid guesses.
Paul, what's his name? The guy that my guy, Paul.
George Paul or what? The guy that broke his leg.
Paul George.
Good guesses. But it's happy birthday to Brandon Jennings.
Hey, I had the right team.
Hey, he's still in the NBA?
Never heard of him. I've never heard of him, honestly.
That was a good one. Good one. Well, happy birthday, Brandon Jennings.
Hey, I didn't know he was still in the NBA. That's not a fair bet.
That sounds like a football player.
No, Brandon Jennings, point guard. He's still in the NBA.
Yeah, I know.
He's still collecting his paycheck.
He probably wishes he wasn't in the NBA.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that because I'm sure he's looking at that paycheck.
That's true. Hey, he's got to feed the family.
Yeah, gotta feed your family.
Yeah.
I said his team. I didn't say him. I said his team. Probably wishes.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
Good one. Good one. Well, great show, everyone.
Absolutely.
Yeah, guys.
A lot of NFL information there, and we thank everyone who listened earlier to our fantasy show. There was a lot of great tidbits
good
there.
Stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So, hope everyone has a magnificent rest of their week. Please tune in to the podcast uploads on YouTube.
Yay.
Send your questions in to 411sportsworldpodcast@gmail.com. And on behalf of the calculator, Zack, Lacy, Dawson, I'm Mr. 411. Have a great evening.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. Ciao.
Rick, don't fuck this up, brother. Do not do it. Go dog.
Good luck.
All right.
All right. See you later. Bye.